All right, so your package deal thing, why that doesn't work. So everything we do is custom and it's relevant to that customer's project. So, for example, we're just going to use door panels as an example because you kind of had it in your example. There's typically not like a window of like, okay, like in this little space, the condition is whatever in that space. It kind of applies to everybody. That's not really true. Um, Everybody's stuff is a different condition, and if we were to do a package deal on things like, okay, it starts at X price. If you want a different color, it's this specific amount more, which is how I kind of understood what you were trying to say. So in a comment, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I took it as within here's a price to do the project, and this is exactly what the customer is going to get. But if you want a different color, it's X amount specific more. Um, so like I said, correct me if I'm wrong on how I took that, but that's you can't do that because we don't work on people's stuff that's the same condition as another person's stuff. Like things can be similar, but a similar condition part can actually be um, significantly more or less labor time. So what would happen is if we had like a bundle price like that, if let's just say like $1,000 a door panel, okay? So let's say some dude sends his door panel in and it's in pretty respectable condition. He wants, OEM appearance, OEM appearance, but leather, and we get the stuff like he might be getting a really good deal. But then if another guy comes in, same exact thing, but their stuff's on like quite a bit more rough, and now we have however much labor time into fixing those repairs, we might get screwed. Or if some guy has really nice stuff and wants the same thing, and we have quite a bit less time in it, the customer might get screwed. So there's all three scenarios. Like we get screwed, customer gets screwed. It's pretty fair. What are the chances that it's pretty fair, especially when we've been doing this for close to 10 years and it's not often, very, very rare that people's stuff is even close um, to something in similar condition. Like we have parts here right now where the goal for the customers are the same, but it's like a dozen hours difference in labor time, which that's a lot of money based on condition by itself. So that's unfair to everybody. Everything we do is custom. Um, when it comes to like you were saying like colors and things like that, like well if they want a different color, give them it's X amount more. That's also really hard to do because it depends on the material that they want. Like if they want genuine Alcantara suede and they want versus another guy that wants like leather or something like that, that is going to be a significant price difference. Or if it's vinyl. And again, you might say, well, have like tiered packages. Like if you want it leather, it starts here. Vinyl starts here. Like I would understand if that's. I'm guessing that's your idea, but at that point, it's still not the same either. Let me show you an example. Okay, so this is just some leftover leather that we have from various jobs. It's two different leathers. You can see the texture difference. They come from the same supplier, but they're two different collections. They are both the same kind of black, but one has a texture and the other one is a lot more smooth. There's a big price difference between these two leathers, and I don't think it's appropriate for us to assume like a customer were to say, yeah, I want black and I want leather. Let's throw them into a tier. We have no idea what the condition of their parts are in. They might get screwed and pay a price that would be based on a ton more labor time, or we might get screwed doing a ton more labor based on a price that's less labor time because it would have to be a flat price. Flat pricing is not true for jobs in a custom world. I'm guessing that's probably where the disconnect is maybe you're used to things where everything's off the shelf. Like we're working on your parts, not random parts. The customer wants, like if you were to say, I want my interior done. Well, guess what? You're bringing or shipping your interior to us. We're not finding one for you. We're not producing it brand new. It's yours. The condition of your interior is going to be different than that guy's stuff, than this guy's stuff, than that guy's stuff, than that guy's stuff. It's all going to be different. And all materials have a different price on them as well. So like leathers come in collections. Every collection is a different price the collections have an array of colors in them, of course, and it's not just about texture. Like the performance is always extremely similar. I do not work at the tanneries, so I can't say exactly why the prices are so much different, because there are tanneries that have dozens of collections and they're all very similar but very different in price. Like this leather right here is different than the leathers in my last video that you commented on. This is not what that customer chose. It's also not the same leather that was used in that reference video or that reference picture either. This stuff is probably 3 times the price of either of these. You cannot have tiers for something that is a custom restoration industry. These door panels right here, yours are probably not going to be in the same shape as another customer's. I have some right here. These belong to somebody different, and that's also a different customer as well, both in progress. Their goals are the same: OEM appearance with vinyl, nothing fancy, just keep to the basics, but a full-blown restoration. The condition of these door panels is so much better than, and these ones are roughly an average condition. They've been pretty much repaired and they're ready to get washed and re-inspected. These we're gonna start soon. But these ones are in roughly average, and what I mean by average is on a scale of 1 to 10. If a 10 is we're back in the 90s at the dealership and it has not been purchased by a customer yet, it's brand new. That to me is a 10. Average to me is like a 6 or a 7, maybe a low 8 if it's really high side average. I'd say these were probably like close to an 8 on condition. These ones here are probably like a 3. Do you know how much difference in labor time we're going to have that's estimated to do these 2 jobs? Probably about 6 hours of time, which might not sound like a lot, but when you multiply that by shop rate, that's a lot of money. We currently charge $120 an hour, so I'll let you do the math on that. And somebody might say that's ridiculous, but you know what? At least it's honestly priced for what these customers own and what we're doing for that customer. So it's a really good example. If we had flat pricing that was just tiered, where do you want to draw the line with tiers to where we're entering how we do it now? Do you want to have tiers for condition, tiers for colors, tiers for material type? I mean, if you can have just one, someone's getting fucked. You could have more than one and have multiple. Well, now you might as well just price the job out that's tailored for that customer based on the condition and materials they chose. We also have hundreds of different leathers that people choose all the time in our catalogs. When it comes to colors, we also custom mix our colors. So this is a blue leather we're doing for a really big job. And this is a part, it's all fucked up actually. I have to fix that. But here's the other one right here. Same part, but the other side. We matched this leather color. In person here in the shop, we matched it and mixed it using primary colors to get to this shade of blue so the plastic is the same. And of course, we have a tool to measure the color value so we know. So where do you draw the line with a different color is a different price? And if you have multiple tiers, like I was saying, now you're entering a world of where you might as well just price each job as a single job. So I understand what you're saying, and if a shop were to be building things brand new and you only choose to offer a few different options, like when you go to the dealership, you look at the vehicle models, and then you have a specific packages within those models, that would work. But in a custom restoration setting, that doesn't work, and it's either not going to work for the shop price-wise or it's not going to work for the customer price-wise, and there's no list of options. The sky is the limit with this stuff. So you have a decent idea, but it's the wrong setting.